Hi everyone, and today we have a partnership with Kirbeebike E-Bike. They've sent us a conversion kit, and today we're going to be explaining how you can install this kit on an ordinary mountain bike that you're looking to convert.
This donor bike here, so it's a specialised rock hopper, and we're going to do the rear motor conversion. So you can do front or rear. This is the rear one. My advice would be to read through all of the instructions first, from front to back, and then obviously as you're going through, what you want to be doing is checking that you've got all the kit. So like I've laid out all the kit on the floor here, check you've got everything. The other bit of advice possibly I would give you is to pre-charge the battery, so get that charged up ready, so you haven't got the trouble when you've done all the fixing just to get things working. Check, as I said, check through you've got everything, including the nice tool set that they've sent you as well. The tyre on is looking at the rotation of which way around the tyre goes. Okay, it's a lot of work if you get that wrong. The second thing is on the actual disc itself, which I've removed off of my original wheel, and now started to put it on here with one of the star keys here. There's also a rotational on there, so just remember to get that in the correct way around as well. So what you've got is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts here to put them in. The company does supply quite a good, actually nice little bit of kit, this, so good quality tools. This is to tighten up your star drives. Just remember to tighten them up tight enough so they're not going to become loose. Okay, so I've changed over the cassette on the side here. This comes from the original wheel that was on the bike, so we know that works well enough with the derailleurs. So again, that it fits in nicely in there, and then you tighten it up enough. If you require extra spaces, you can put them on the back. Same with the brake disc here. It's only held on by 6 little screws here. Again, earlier on I showed you how to put that on, so again, and make sure that's nice and secure on there. Fitting into the bike, it's just a case of refitting where you took the old wheel out. So just be mindful of the power lead from the motor here, and try and keep the end cap on there. So just feed it in and feed the power cable through. And then it's just a case of lining up your brake disc with your calipers and lining up the wheel to fit in to the frame. Right, so we've got this torque arm here that's provided, and this is just an extra piece of security because of the immense amount of torque that the motor is going to put on the frame, obviously over and above what you'd normally have with your pedals. So this will fit in over the top. I mean, you can position this depending on whatever frame you've got. You can position this, you know, however you like. And the Jubilee clip will fit around the bar here, so it will go through the bar and around the frame, and you tighten that up. That allows you then to put on the outside bolts on the outside, and it should then hold everything secure. Right, so we've got to put the motor controller into the waterproof bag here. So all you do is feed these leads through here. I would say any that you disconnect, just put a little chalk mark or something on them so you know which ones go back where, and just make sure if they've got arrows where they've got to line up, that you match up the 2 arrows when you put them back together. As I say, this is a waterproof bag. Make sure it's zipped up and the velcros are on there. The velcros will enable them to fit to the underside of the frame, which I'll show you when I've done it, but it should end up fitting underneath here, ready for the battery and all the other connections. Right, now we're going to fit the battery to the frame. I have pre-charged this, so it's all charged up. So you can see when you press it, it should have all the green lights on there. All this does, quite good actually, it just slots straight in, but you've got to put the frame on first. So on here, I've taken off my my water bottle holder, and it's supplied with 2 screws, just a posi drive. They will just screw in quite nicely into the frame. It does come with 3 positions. They're different style frames. Right, so we're going to change the pedal now. Take off the pedal, and we're going to put the sensor on, and the magnetic sensor as well. So to do that, we use the extractor which is provided. So you just take out the original Allen key bolt that's in there, and then you're going to screw this directly into here, into the frame. And then this bit here is the puller, so that pushes against the frame. So you can wind that in by hand until it meets resistance, and then it's a case of just getting your spanner and just slowly putting it down until the pedal comes off. So we've used the pedal extractor here, which we've taken the Allen key out first, and we extract it with a bolt here, which worked really well. We took that off, and then it's just a case of installing. In this case, I've installed the magnetic ring here, which slides on really easily, and the sensor here, which you can click to the frame as long as the sensor is in line with the batteries. When we get power to it and we pedal, you should see that light flashing. My bars are a little bit too thick for these, so I've just used half. I'll cut them in half. I use half either side, which actually works quite well on the frame. So I just need to tighten that up. I'll tighten that up, and then we've got that to connect to the frame. The LCD display, and I fitted the adjuster for the PIS. Now what we're going to do, take off the brake levers and replace them with these ones with the sensors in. Okay, so it's just a case of Allen key off of there and replace them. They are marked left and right, so you shouldn't get that wrong. I had to take off the hand grips to remove the existing brakes, the brake levers. So I've removed those, and now I'm left just with the brake cable and exactly the same setup as before. So it's just a case really of attaching the nipple into the end of there, and then obviously, you know, where that will be need to be adjusted onto there. You can release the tension off of the brake disc, and then you can slot that in there. Once you've done that, this will then just slot onto the handlebars. Okay, whatever position's comfortable for you, and then it's just a case of tightening it up to the desired position. Right, so I fitted the brakes here. Obviously that needs to be adjusted upright to the right area, and then the brakes adjusted finally. Now what I'm going to do is look at the throttle switch here, which is again is optional if you decide to fit or fit not. Again, this time I've just fitted it close as I can here, so it allows me to use my gear levers still. Here on the forks, just with a hole through that doubles up for a mud guard, but I can just use a bolt here that goes through here with a washer, and then just a washer and bolt, washer and nut on the other end. Right, so what we're going to do is fit the mounting plate for the rear light. So I've taken the saddle off, adjusted the saddle so that it can allow for these 2 plastic clamps here at the back, held by 2 Allen keys. Once we get that on, okay, then all we've got to do is fit the rear light onto the back of there, and then with a cable strap it together. What we're going to do now is I'll put the saddle back onto the bike there, and you can see I've put the mounting bracket on the back, so actually when you switch it on now, nice and bright, nice and clear, and really good vision from behind, you know. So you've got extra with the brake light there, brake light and ordinary light, and also indicators, so it works really well.
Not bad.
3, 2, 1,
Okay.
go.
Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this partnership with Kirbeebike E-Bike. We've done a conversion kit on this mountain-bike, as you can see here. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next YouTube video.